My next guest. If you have ever seen any motion pictures at all in your life, you have seen this next gentleman. He is one of the most familiar faces in the entertainment world. He's been in over 100 motion pictures, but his favorite role, he'll tell you himself, is as Uncle Charlie in My Three Sons. He's less than a month away from being 86. We're delighted he's here. William Demarest.
How are you, Bill?
Well, it's good to see you, Johnny. I haven't seen you since New Year's Eve.
That's right. We were at a party together.
It's Sinatra's party?
That's right,
Oh,
John.
that was a pip. You know,
Yeah, Frank had a party down in Palm Springs. There's a lot of people there.
yeah, well, you know, I didn't know that. I have no direct eyesight, so I didn't know it was you, remember? And I said, who are you? And you said, I'm Johnny
That's right.
Carson. And I said, oh, yes.
Bill mentioned you see kind of peripherally. Is that what they call it?
Peripheral.
Yeah.
I can't say it any better than you.
Yeah, peripherally.
Really, I got 30% eyesight this way, and I said, Johnny, fine, how are you? And you
Right.
said, fine. And you said, I want you to meet my wife.
Joanna, right?
And brother, so I turned my head this way, and I got that 30% there, and you certainly have a beautiful wife.
Isn't she, though?
Just
Thank
gorgeous.
you. Thank you.
Yes.
She'll appreciate that.
Now tell me, who was there?
Well, I suppose you met the Queen Mother that night. She was sitting in the back room.
Who?
And the President, of course. I'm just making up. No, they weren't there. I'm just making up names that you might have missed. But I saw you. You stayed through the New Year's.
Huh?
You stayed through New Year's Eve.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, anyhow, you know, I want to tell you now at the golf course, that the Canyon Country Club,
Your tournament coming up?
next, my 86th birthday, we're having it.
Yeah.
See?
That's nice.
And Carter is going to, not Carter, what the hell is the matter with me? Jerry Ford's going to play in it.
That's close. That's close. Look, you were in the same business. That's
Well,
close
I
enough.
can say one of them anyhow. Well, it's Jerry Ford, see?
He's
And
gonna-
I was going along, and somebody said to me, hey, I'm playing in the tournament, Bill. And I said, yeah? I said, who are you? He said, Jerry Ford.
And you couldn't see it.
I said, fine, well, that's all right. But, you know, I play with two fellas who can't see any better than I can. A fellow named Earl and Avery, and we were over there. And when we play together, they say, there goes the three blind mice. See? So, anyhow, I got up on the tee, the three of us, and I was just going to tee off, and the starter came, and he said, can this gentleman play with you? He says, a new member here, and he'd like to play with. I figured, fine, geez, this guy had to see the ball, you know? So I hit mine, and I looked, and I said, Avery, did you see where my ball went? He said, no. And I said, Earl, I said, did you see where my ball went? No, he said, I didn't see it. So I turned to the guy who joined us, and I said, did you see where my ball went? He says, what?
You must have had a sparkling foursome going around.
Beautiful, just beautiful.
What do you have here? You came
This here, right here.
But you had a
here it
riding
is.
crop.
Well, you know, I was in Damascus about 7 or 8 weeks ago. You know, I just came back from that tour.
Right.
Yeah. And in Damascus, I'm looking at him, boy. Look at that, will you? And anyhow, at the hotel, the most beautiful lady you ever saw in your life. She was gorgeous. And she called on me and she said, you know Peter O'Toole? I said, sure I do. She says, well, will you do me a favor? She says, you're going back to the States? I said, yes. She says, well, tell him that when he was out to my home, and when he left 2 o'clock in the morning, he forgot something. I said, what was it? And she says, a shoehorn. So there you are.
Well, isn't that nice?
Yes. You see,
you're decent.
you see
man. Look at that.
Cleopatra's on there?
With Cleopatra.
Yeah. I said, can I go out and get a shoehorn, too? She said, no.
Thank you,
What do you-
William.
yes,
After
sir.
all these years.
What is this nibs over there called? A sexophobia or something like that?
Yes, that's
That's something I haven't got. But anyhow. You know, went over to, the first place we went to New York, and the first place we landed in was Athens, see? And I thought, well, I wonder if somebody knows me over here. And in the bus, and we got to the hotel, and I got the bus. And the Greek driver in another bus, he said, hey, Uncle Charlie, eh? And he came over and shook hands, and then some of the people got out of the bus and said, there's Uncle Charlie. And there were two beautiful dames standing there. One had a camera, and the other one, and they came over and said, oh, Americana, man. And they threw her arms around the one taking the picture, and boy, did she give me a hug and a kiss, and what a hug and a kiss I got. And when I got up in my room in the hotel, my wallet was missing.
You got hustled, huh?
I got hustled, that's right. Yeah. Now, what are we going to do now?
Whatever you want to
Have
do.
you got a sheet of paper
No.
there where I can tell one?
No, I'll tell you what we want to do.
What?
And you used to do this, and a lot of people don't know that you are an old vaudevillian. They've seen you in motion pictures.
Yeah.
And of course, if they remember the Jolson story at all, they remember in that story, the
That's
Jolson
where
story
I was
was that-
nominated for an Oscar there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You played great support in that, and you, in your act at that time, came out with the cello, and you had an act, and I guess it was a true story of Jolson's life. He did at one time
That's
go
right.
with an entertainer as
That's
part of
it.
the act before
Yeah.
he became a major star.
Yeah.
And tonight you're going to do something for us, I understand.
Well, all right. Well, first I wanted to tell you that I was over the Dead Sea Scrolls. You know, the Dead Sea?
Yeah.
On this trip of mine. And I took a walk. And I walked into a cave. And there I found a Dead Sea Scroll. And I have it right here, my friend. I want to show it to you. See that? And this is going to get me a lot of money. I'll read it to you.
All right.
There's a wonderful love of a beautiful maid, and the love of a staunch, true man, and the love of a baby that's unafraid. All loves have existed since time began. But the most wonderful love, the love of loves, even greater than that of a mother, is the infinite, tenderest, passionate love of one dead drunk for another.
That's from the Dead Sea Scrolls. Even then. Okay, when we come back, that's fine. We do a commercial. When we come back, I understand you're going to do a little bit for us with the cello. Okay? You've been promising this for the last 3 or 4 trips.
All right.
And tonight you said you'd do it.
But
okay?
I got Tony Rose.
You got Tony Rose to accompany you also.
Yeah, he came back from a concert tour, you know. We didn't have any time to rehearse this, but all right.
We'll do a commercial first and we'll get you set up. We'll be right back. Bill, how long has it been since you have played the cello on television or in front of an audience?
Oh, a few years, I think.
A few years?
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
you have, is it Tony Rose with you?
Yeah, Tony
Is
Rose.
your
Where is
accompanist?
he?
All right, why don't you go over there and
Come on,
join Tony?
Hey, Tony. Oh, brother, wait a minute. This is liable to take 2 or 3 hours to tune this. You like that? That's sharp, isn't it?
That's pretty good right there.
What?
Yeah, do it again.
It's a little flat.
A little flat, right. A little sharp, Bill. A little sharp, Bill, just a trifle.
Too sharp?
Yes. One down a little bit.
What the hell, we could be here all night. Wait a minute, hold the phone. What are you gonna play?
Well, Bill, I thought we'd play Liszt's Second Hungarian Rhapsody.
You thought we would.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, come on, let's play chopsticks or something like that, will you please?
Well, Bill, you play cello as well as you play golf.
Yeah, well, then we better go home, I'll tell you that. All right, go ahead, I'll take a crack at it with you.
Okay.